Are you looking for a new best friend? Well, have I got the plant for you. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you enjoy this video. It's about an absolutely fascinating plant. Mine is actually, I have a couple of them, but mine is very, very small at the moment. And not only does it have a really fun texture, but it does tricks and it also learns behavior. So I think it's also just really, really cute. I think it would make a great best friend, and I think you're gonna love it almost as much as I do. So let's talk about it. First of all, it is the Mimosa Pudica plant, and it goes by many, many different names. It's called the sensitive plant, the shy plant, I think even called bashful. It's called the touch me not plant, tickle plant, and what else? Oh, one of the more recent names is the zombie plant, which I'm not a big fan of, just because it's so cute and it's sensitive. So I don't want to really call it the zombie plant, but they call it that because it looks like it dies. It really does look like you've killed it. This one I've kind of been playing with, so it does look kind of all shriveled up, but in a matter of minutes it will come back and you can even see it move. Totally cool. And in the summer it even blooms. Little, really sweet pink flowers bloom, and they look like little spheres and they look almost sparkly. So this is a perfect plant for a miniature garden, a fairy garden, or even a sensory garden, which any and all of those will be coming up in the channel very, very soon, and we'll probably be featuring this guy right here. Now there are a lot of fun facts about this plant. It's really quite fascinating, and if you're ever looking for a fun plant, and it doesn't really require a whole lot. Matter of fact, it's known as a weed in other countries. It comes from South and Central America and also in the Caribbean. That's where it's native, and what I hear is it usually grows on the side of the road, and it's an invasive weed, which makes it a perfect plant for a container, which this channel is all about container gardening. So when you put something in a container, it does contain it, and it's perfect for those plants that if you were to plant out in the landscape, you may cause yourself and others some problems. So put this little guy in a container and he's gonna love you. Just make sure the watering requirements are met and you have proper drainage, because it does like to be kind of moist, but it also does like to dry out in between waterings, and then he'll be a happy guy. The other thing, like requirements, is it really does like a sunny spot. So I keep mine on a windowsill and he is a happy, happy camper. Now this guy is very, very small right now, but they do get 12 to 24 inches tall. You can size control them, so keep them more at about a foot tall if you would like. And for propagation, no, you can't really just trim off a piece and then replant that, but it will propagate via seeds, and that's frequently how you can find it being sold. Seeds of these plants, or also the seeds in the plant, will drop off into the soil, and you may very well get yourself some more plants sprouting up here. But it is relatively simple to propagate them if that is of interest of you, and you would maybe even like to share some best friends with some of your people best friends. Now, like I said, it does do tricks. So it does not, it will close up if you touch it. Also at night, which is very cool, but it will also learn a behavior, which this is really kind of cool. So say this is your plant and you touch it a lot. So you're like, wow, this is really cool. And you're touching it a lot. It will get used to that and it won't move as much, because it just says, okay, I'm gonna get touched a lot. I'm not gonna move a lot. And it just doesn't. So if you don't touch it a lot, then it will be very, very sensitive. So it's kind of up to you how sensitive you want your sensitive plant to be. One thing you do need to watch out for are spider mites. Spider mites do like this plant, so keep a lookout. You want to look for any little marks on the top of the leaf, and they will, like spider mites like to do, they will kind of hide underneath the leaf, but it is relatively simple to wash them off with just some cool water, and you do that over the matter of a week or 10 days. Every day, just wash them off, and then that should solve the problem. So fingers crossed you don't get them, but it's not really that big of a deal if you do happen to get some unwanted friends on your little plant. So there are a number of ways that you can display it alone in a single pot, which is what I did. Now I thought I thought it would be really fun, since it is a sensitive or a very gentle plant, to put it in a little teacup garden. I just love teacup gardens, but this plant really does require drainage. So I do have this cute little container that kind of reminds me of a teacup and saucer, but it does have a drainage hole, which is really cute. So you can keep it all by itself, or it will look very cute, and there will be some videos coming up. It's very cute with this fine little ferny texture to pair it with some other smaller plants with similar requirements in a little miniature or fairy garden. It's just really asking for it, and it's sold at the nursery center that I go to. That's a very large nursery. They have a very large selection of adorable fairy miniature plants, which you will be seeing very soon. I will be showing you a number of plants that I got, and the adorable little gardens that you can make with them. But you can pair these with very small little cute plants, and you can get a lot of bang for your buck with just 2 or 3 little plants in a very small container. So very economical and super cute. So hopefully you liked the video and meeting this great plant. Let me know, have you heard of it before, and by what name, and have you ever owned it? I really think it's a super cute and very user-friendly plant, as long as you keep it in a container and don't let it propagate throughout your whole neighborhood. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.